Have you ever dreamed of starting a business from absolutely nothing? No investors, no wealthy family connections, no safety net. Just you, your ideas, and the determination to create something bigger than yourself? If that sounds like you, then welcome to Secrets to Wealth, the channel where we reveal what it really takes to build a business and create lasting success. Today, you're going to hear the full story of what it means to start from scratch, the struggles, the sacrifices, the mistakes, and the victories that make the journey worth it. But before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new strategy, story, or lesson that could change your financial future. Because here's the truth. Building a business isn't some glamorous overnight success story. Social media might show you billionaires with mansions, private jets, and luxury cars, but the real journey starts in much humbler places, working late nights, facing rejection, and learning to get back up after every failure. And that's exactly why this story matters. It's not just about how a business is built, it's about how you can build one too, no matter where you're starting from. You don't need millions of dollars, the perfect idea, or a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to begin. What you need is the right mindset, the right habits, and the courage to start, even if all you have is a dream and the determination to chase it. Over the course of this video, we'll follow the journey from zero to success, the spark of an idea, the first terrifying steps, the mistakes that nearly crushed everything, and the breakthroughs that made the dream a reality. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's begin, because this isn't just a story. It could be the roadmap to your own future. And if you find value in this video, smash that like button, leave a comment about your biggest business dream, and share this with someone who needs the push to start their own journey. Together, we're building a community of future millionaires right here on Secrets to Wealth. Now, let's dive into Chapter 1, The Spark. Chapter 1, The Spark. Every great business begins with a spark, an idea, a frustration, or a vision of a better way. For most entrepreneurs, it doesn't start with millions in the bank or the perfect plan. It starts with a problem they couldn't ignore. Maybe it was being stuck in a dead-end job, staring at the clock every day, dreaming of freedom. Maybe it was watching others succeed and wondering why their own potential felt trapped inside. That spark is different for everyone, but it always begins the same way, with a decision. A decision that says, I refuse to live my life on someone else's terms. I will create something of my own. At first, it doesn't feel like a business. It feels like curiosity, an idea jotted down on a piece of paper, a late-night Google search, or a conversation with a friend. But little by little, that curiosity grows, and soon it becomes an obsession. The thought won't leave your mind. You start asking yourself, what if this could actually work? What if I could turn this idea into something real? This is the moment where dreams begin to separate from reality. Because most people stop here. They think of an idea, they get excited, and then they let it fade away. They tell themselves they're not ready, they don't have the money, or they'll wait for the perfect time. But the truth is, there is no perfect time. There's only right now. And the people who become entrepreneurs are the ones who take that tiny spark and protect it like a flame, refusing to let it go out. If you've ever had an idea that keeps you awake at night, one that excites you and scares you at the same time, that's the spark. And if you choose to follow it, it just might change your life forever. This is where the journey begins. Chapter 2, The Leap of Faith. This is the stage where the dream stops living only in your head and starts demanding action. It's terrifying because up until now, the risk has been safe. No one knows about your idea, no one can judge you, and failure doesn't have consequences. But the moment you decide to take the leap, everything changes. Suddenly, you're putting yourself out there, telling people about your vision, and facing the possibility of rejection. The leap of faith is quitting the comfort zone. It's the moment when you say, I'm all in. For some, that means leaving a job. For others, it's registering a business, building the first product, or making that first cold call. And here's the truth. It never feels like the right time. You will never feel fully ready. You will never have all the answers. But the leap is necessary, because without it, the dream remains only a dream. The fear will be real. Questions will flood your mind. What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if I lose everything? But there's another question you need to ask yourself. What if I succeed? What if this risk is the very thing that changes my life forever? That thought alone is powerful enough to push you forward. When you take the leap, people around you may not understand. Friends may doubt you. Family might warn you. Some will even try to talk you out of it. But remember, their fear is not your fear. Their limits are not your limits. The leap is yours to make, and the future is yours to claim. And once you take that step, the real journey begins. Chapter 3, First Challenges. The moment you step into the world of business, reality hits harder than expected. At first, the excitement is high. You feel unstoppable, ready to conquer the world. But soon, the challenges begin to appear. You realize you don't have enough money, enough connections, or enough experience. Every step forward feels like pushing against a wall. This is where most people quit. They underestimate how difficult the early days can be. You'll spend hours working on something that no one notices. You'll face rejection after rejection, potential customers saying no, partners turning you down, investors ignoring your calls. And each no feels like a blow to your confidence. But here's the truth. Those challenges are not signs that you're failing. They are the training ground. Every rejection teaches you something. Every mistake sharpens your skills. Every obstacle forces you to grow stronger. You begin to realize that success isn't about avoiding problems. It's about solving them faster than they can break you. In these first challenges, you learn resourcefulness. Maybe you don't have money for marketing, so you knock on doors and pitch face to face. Maybe you don't have a big team, so you learn every skill yourself: sales, design, accounting, customer service. These struggles shape you into the kind of person capable of leading a business. The early stage is full of doubt. You'll wonder if you made the right decision. You'll compare yourself to others who seem far ahead. But if you keep going, if you keep showing up even when the results are invisible, something incredible happens. The struggle begins to transform you. The person who once only dreamed is slowly becoming the person who does. Chapter 4, The Hustle. This is the season where hard work becomes your daily reality. There are no shortcuts, no magic formulas, just relentless effort. You wake up earlier, stay up later, and pour every ounce of energy into making your dream real. The hustle is not glamorous. It's long hours at a desk, endless phone calls, countless emails, and moments when exhaustion makes you question everything. But it's also where progress is made. In the hustle, creativity becomes your greatest weapon. When resources are limited, you learn to think differently. You find ways to stretch a small budget, ways to attract attention without spending a fortune, ways to turn setbacks into stepping stones. Every challenge becomes a puzzle, and solving it brings you one step closer to success. This is also the time to seek knowledge. You read books on business, listen to mentors, study those who came before you. You realize that every successful entrepreneur once stood exactly where you are now, tired, unsure, but unwilling to quit. Their stories fuel your determination. Networking plays a powerful role here. You begin to surround yourself with people who believe in ambition, people who push you forward instead of holding you back. Late-night conversations with like-minded dreamers spark new ideas. Small collaborations open unexpected doors. Slowly, the hustle begins to pay off. The hustle tests your patience and your discipline. There will be days when nothing seems to work, when all your effort feels wasted. But if you keep moving, even one small step at a time, you discover the secret most people never learn. Momentum builds silently. What feels like tiny progress today eventually compounds into breakthroughs tomorrow. The hustle is where you prove to yourself that you want success badly enough to earn it. Chapter 5, The First Win. After weeks, months, maybe even years of grinding without visible results, something finally happens. The first customer says yes. That moment changes everything. It might be a small sale, maybe just a few dollars, but it's proof that your idea has value. It's no longer just a dream in your head. It's real, and someone out there believes in it enough to pay. The first win is unforgettable. It fills you with energy, a spark of validation that tells you all the sleepless nights and sacrifices were worth it. You start to see possibility where before there was only doubt. That single yes carries more weight than 100 rejections. But the first win also teaches a powerful lesson. Success comes from solving problems for others. People don't care about your dream, they care about their needs. The customer didn't buy your product because they wanted to support you, they bought it because it made their life better. Understanding this is the key to every future victory. From here, momentum begins to build. One customer becomes 2, then 10, then 50. Word spreads slowly, but it spreads. Each sale brings not just money, but feedback, lessons, and opportunities to improve. You start refining your product, improving your service, and building systems that make everything smoother. The first win doesn't mean the struggle is over. It means the real journey has begun. Because now you know success is possible. And once you've had a taste of it, quitting is no longer an option. The first win becomes the fuel that pushes you through the challenges still to come. Chapter 6. Scaling Up. With the first wins under your belt, a new challenge appears: growth. Running everything on your own is no longer sustainable. Orders increase, customers expect faster service, and the workload begins to overwhelm you. This is when you realize that to grow bigger, you can't do everything by yourself. You need systems, you need structure, and eventually, you need a team. Hiring that first employee or partner is both exciting and terrifying. It means trusting someone else with your vision, handing over responsibilities, and letting go of the idea that only you can do it right. At first, it feels uncomfortable, but soon you discover the power of teamwork. A single person has limits, but a team multiplies what's possible. Cash flow becomes the next big hurdle. Growth requires investment, marketing, tools, inventory, salaries. Money goes out faster than it comes in, and managing it becomes a daily battle. You learn the importance of budgeting, tracking every expense, and making tough decisions about where to spend and where to cut back. This stage also forces you to evolve as a leader. It's no longer just about how hard you work, but about how well you guide others. Communication, vision, and trust become just as important as hustle and persistence. Leadership is learned through trial and error. Sometimes you inspire, sometimes you fail, but with every mistake, you grow stronger. Scaling up brings new opportunities too. You start reaching bigger markets, attracting more customers, and building recognition. Partnerships form, collaborations arise, and doors that once seemed locked begin to open. The dream that started as a tiny spark is now something people can see, touch, and believe in. But growth also brings pressure. More responsibility, more risks, more people depending on you. Success doesn't make the journey easier, it makes it bigger. And with every step forward, you must decide whether you're ready to rise to the next level or fall back into comfort. Chapter 8. Success arrives. After years of struggle, learning, and persistence, the tide begins to turn in your favor. What once felt impossible now feels natural. Customers trust you, your brand has a reputation, and your business is no longer fighting to survive. It's beginning to thrive. The money starts to flow more steadily, opportunities expand, and the dream that once lived only in your imagination now stands before you in reality. But success doesn't arrive like a sudden explosion. It comes quietly, almost unnoticed at first. One day you look back and realize that the problems you used to stress over no longer scare you. The skills you once lacked are now second nature. The fears that once held you back have been replaced by confidence and clarity. This is the reward for refusing to quit when everything seemed lost. With success comes recognition. People begin to notice your journey. They admire your resilience. And some even look to you for guidance. You become an example of what's possible when someone starts from nothing and refuses to give up. Yet, true success is not just about wealth or status. It's about freedom. The freedom to choose how you live, the freedom to spend time with those you love, and the freedom to keep building without fear of survival. Still, success carries responsibility. The bigger your vision, the more people depend on you. Employees, customers, partners. Every decision you make ripples outward, impacting lives beyond your own. That weight can feel heavy, but it's also what makes success meaningful. Because now, you're not just building for yourself, you're building something that serves others, something that lasts. Success is never the end of the journey. It's simply another beginning. And once you've reached this stage, the question shifts from, can I make it? To how far can I go? Conclusion. The journey of starting a business from scratch is not easy, but it is one of the most rewarding paths you can ever take. From the spark of an idea to the leap of faith, Through endless challenges, sleepless nights, and the relentless hustle, every step shapes you into someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The first small win proves that your dream is possible. Scaling up teaches you to lead, and the turning points forge the character needed to carry your vision through storms. And when success finally arrives, you realize it was never just about money or recognition. It was about who you became in the process. If there's one lesson to take away, it's this: you don't need perfect conditions, unlimited resources, or special connections to begin. You need courage, persistence, and the willingness to take that first step even when the outcome is uncertain. Every great entrepreneur started exactly where you are now, at zero. The difference is they decided not to quit. So ask yourself today, what is your spark? What dream have you been holding on to, waiting for the perfect moment? Don't wait. Start small, start messy, but start now. Because the journey to wealth and freedom doesn't begin with success, it begins with action. If you found value in this story, hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs the inspiration, and subscribe to Secrets to Wealth for more powerful lessons and real strategies to help you build your future. This community is for dreamers, doers, and future millionaires. And remember, your journey is just beginning. The question is not if you can succeed, it's whether you'll take the leap to begin.